It's showtime, freaks!
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
It's time to dive into the realm of testosterone-infused hilarity. Welcome to the Alpha Men Podcast, where we tackle the important questions in life, like can you ever have too many power tools? Is a man without a beard really a man at all? And what's up with a man bun? Come on, dude, it looks stupid. Now, before we begin, let's get something straight. We absolutely love and respect our fabulous women. They're like the sun in our solar system. But fellas, let's face it, we're different species altogether. And look, if the ladies from The View can sip tea and dish out hot takes, we think there ought to be a testosterone-fueled space where guys can be, well, just dudes. No holding back, nothing woke, no filters, just brash, unapologetic, raw manliness. This is not just a podcast, it's a brotherhood. But be warned, we will take your man card if it's warranted, and there's no apologies for being a guy. So gentlemen, tune in, turn up the volume, and let your inner alpha howl. The Alpha Men Podcast is presented by
Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook.
For incredible card breaks and more, go to OHANA Sports Cards on Facebook. By Garage Door Commander, online at garagedoorcommander.com. Produced by TJ Michaels Creative, narrated by Jamie Dennis, and dedicated to Hendrik the Viking Poulsen. 2024, all rights reserved. And now, here are your hosts, the Sultan of Swagger, TJ Michaels, and wise Kraken Whiskey Warrior, John Stacy. The Alpha Men Podcast begins now.
And welcome, you sick, twisted freaks, to the Alpha Men Podcast, the Season 4 premiere tonight from the granite capital of the world. I'm TJ Michaels. My partner in crime from Trinity, North Carolina is Baby Huey, otherwise known as John Stacy, and we are back from what was supposed to be a shorter break than it was.
Yeah, turned to a longer one. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. I mean, you got your NASCAR season started. You've been to Bowman Gray. You've been to Daytona. You've been to Atlanta. You're going to Circuit of the Americas coming up this week. We're going to get into that a little bit later on. I almost died.
Yep. Such a wimp.
I spent a week in the hospital for a unplanned medical emergency.
Couldn't get the tampon out, or?
See, I knew this is the way it was going to go. I really.
I've missed your face.
It was serious, dude. It was.
I know it was.
I hate to get graphic about it, but it really is stupid stuff. I had a piece of dry skin on the heel of my foot that cracked, and it got infected, and it turned into sepsis, and then turned into cellulitis. And on January 15th, I drove about an hour and a half to work. And I went into the building, and I'm like, I'm freezing cold, and I don't know why. And then I noticed, hey, I'm soaking wet. And I felt this sting from my leg. I pulled up my pant leg, and I had this huge rash right down my shin, like from right below my knee, right to behind my toes, right? And I called my wife and said, I'm coming home. You're going to take me to the hospital. And here's the scary part. At the time, I didn't know it. I had a temperature of 104. And I remember about 30 minutes away from where I live, there's an exit on Interstate 89 in Vermont, the Randolph exit. I remember passing that Randolph exit. I don't remember anything after that. Next thing I know, I woke up in the hospital. I was speaking gibberish. My wife I wasn't making any sense. I was completely incoherent. And for the last 4 weeks or so, I've been working from home with my foot propped up. and we're getting there. But cellulitis sucks, man. It really does. It sucks. It's horrible. So it's a horrible,
I feel for you.
horrible thing to come back from.
I really
Yeah.
feel for you. Such a wimp. I have
Yeah.
no sympathy for you because every time I'm hurt, it's you pussy.
That's true. That is true.
I did string a nerve there a few weeks ago with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, because I was. Well, listen, my birthday was during the Daytona 500. 52 years old, and you're not as old as me. You start getting to that age, and you start seeing things fall apart bodily.
Yeah.
And you start going, man, what the hell's going on?
I'm starting to feel it for you too.
So I was like feeling really bad about myself, in a crap ton of pain, and like on the couch, and you started yanking my chain on Facebook Messenger.
My day was made.
And I just went, shut up.
No, seriously, shut up. I was like, okay.
Right.
Then I was like, okay, I'm going to poke a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Anyway, we are recuperating. We're getting back to normal. Back to work last week, and things are there. But it's hard to explain. Like there are nights I can go all day, and I can go a couple of days without it bothering me at all.
Yeah.
And like my left leg was literally like twice the size of my right leg. It's gross. Okay. On top of that, I can go a couple of days without it bothering me, and then all of a sudden it'll flare up, and it feels like all your nerve endings in your leg go crazy, and it feels like somebody's got your leg in a vise and is squeezing you, burning you with a torch, cutting you with a knife, and tickling you all at the same time. It sucks. So
it's kind of like what people when they see your face. I understand that feeling.
Yeah. Listen, I just see you yawning there. I'm sorry to keep you awake on a Tuesday night.
Some of us have to work for a living.
Listen, we do want to thank our presenting sponsor, Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Incredible card breaks, sports memorabilia. It's Ohana, O-H-A-N-A. They treat you like family over there. Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Check them out. I saw them breaking a whole bunch of boxes this week, and Sellers and the gang over there are cranking it out.
We'll have to get them back on the show soon.
We will. We have a great show for you tonight. Season 4 premiere. Before we kick this thing off, hit that like button, subscribe, share the podcast. It really does help the show. This, my friends, is the Alpha Men Podcast.
And now, Mansplaining the News.
Here's what happened this week. The White House says Elon Musk is not in charge of the Doge efforts. I didn't exactly reassure people by saying it's actually Musk's 4-year-old son, though, X, that's in charge. It's just, man, Trump really knows how to troll people. That's the only kid that can pick his nose in the middle of the Oval Office and wipe it on Trump's desk and get away with it.
I know. I was like, wow.
Right? Doge continues to make drastic cuts, so effective. They even cut the punchline to this joke. So, that's just the way that it is. The Kennedy Center has canceled a show featuring the Gay Men's Chorus of Washington, D.C. And, Mr. President, you have now officially lost Lindsey Graham's vote. That's just all there is to it. IRS firing 6,000 workers in the middle of tax season. And you didn't think there'd be any good news tonight, right? I mean, just saying. Senator Mitch McConnell this week turned 83. 83 also the number of times he's fallen down actually this week.
I'm confused on your photos here.
Yeah, that's the Gulf of America right there.
I know it doesn't have a
have you ever seen anybody people get so outraged over something stupid like that? Like, okay, who cares?
It's just, it doesn't change anything. It's still the Gulf of Mexico to me. I mean, call it the Gulf of America, go ahead. But because I've been there. Why change it now? Who gives a shit?
It's just Trump showing that America is not going to be walked on, and we're back. And he's showing a position of power. It's all there's. And you know what it is? It's to get people to go crazy. And you know what? Who cares? Gulf of America. I happen to think it has a nice ring to it myself.
It does. But I mean, I could care less if it's America, Mexico, or Cuba. It's just a freaking body of water. It's been like that forever.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to make sure I'm on cue with your pictures here because I'm on the Gulf of America here.
Yeah. What's the next one?
It doesn't seem right.
I'm
in order of your list here.
Yeah, I think I accidentally cut that joke.
Okay, because I was really confused. I was like, "What in the hell?" See, this is what happens when we take a month and a half off.
You see, I write a whole bunch of jokes for the show,
yeah,
and then I go through and weed out the ones that, believe it or not, these are the good ones.
We're not in sync yet, so it's going to take us a show to get in sync here.
There's a campaign to make Bigfoot California's official mythical creature. It's between him and that vegan who never talks about being vegan. Yeah. News stories covered by AI contain errors almost half the time, according to a new report.
There's that. I'm lost. I'm lost, man.
Yep. Finally, some good news. Okay, keep going. There's Mitch McConnell. Yeah.
There's big.
There's him falling. Yeah, there we go.
All right. So you're like 6 pictures behind on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a campaign to make Bigfoot California's official mythical creature. It's between him and the vegan who never talks about being vegan.
Oh, God.
There you go. News stories covered by AI, according to a new report, contain errors almost half of the time. And since I got this from AI, it's probably more like 75%. So.
Facts.
Americans are cutting back on buying eggs because of their exorbitant cost. I don't think I have pictures for this one, which is why the average American's breakfast now consists of bacon and more bacon.
That's not bacon.
No. That is the brand new 16E. Apple unveiling the new iPhone, the 16E, this week. Sorry, I left the beginning of that off.
We are so out of sync. It's great.
I meant to say, beginning of the sentence was, "Hey suckers, Apple unveiled the new iPhone called the 16E this week," because it's not any different than any of the other Apple iPhones.
It looks the same.
Absolutely, it does. It has probably one thing that does something different. Whatever. Yeah. But you know what? People will line up to buy the damn thing.
What are they? They're over $1,000 now, aren't they? Like
I know, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. U.S. News and Wallet Hub named Memphis, Tennessee, the most dangerous city in the U.S. You know, it's a tough town when the kids are playing the game Glock, paper, scissors. It's rough. I'm just
Glock, paper, scissors.
Just saying.
I mean,
by the way, Cleveland was in the top 10 of that survey.
Yeah.
So the Browns are not the only ones in Cleveland getting murdered.
That's harsh.
Southwest laying off employees to improve their company profits. Delta plans to do the same by no longer landing planes upside down.
Hey, I fly only Delta.
I know.
I was thinking about that. If my big ass was stuck upside down on that plane, I got a couple problems. Yeah. One, I'm fat.
Yeah.
So that seatbelt's now gonna be under my gut. So I'm gonna be upside down, trying to get my hand under my gut to get that seatbelt out.
It's wrapped around your testicles.
But I still have to hold myself up because if I don't, my head's going through the oxygen thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was like, I'd had to sit there until the fire department showed up. Like, listen, guys, I'm stuck. I'm Batman.
Southwest also saying 15% of its corporate jobs will be cut. They meant to cut them 2 years ago, but just like a Southwest flight, that plan kept getting delayed.
Facts.
PBS has shut down all of its DEI programs. Moving forward, Ernie and Bert will just no longer exist.
What? It's not right. Bert was a good guy.
The inventor of Nutella died on Wednesday of this past week. A friend said he just spread himself too thin.
That was corny.
Arizona says they're going to make howdy the official state greeting. Mississippi wants to do the same with, "You ain't from around here, are you, boy?"
Yep, too. All right.
In showbiz news, Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary last weekend drew in 14.8 million viewers. Wow. It's 1 million viewers apparently for every hour that it lasted. I just didn't think it was not funny. A lot of it was stupid.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, ending their long-standing feud at the SNL 50th anniversary special. President Trump jumped in and immediately took credit.
That sounds like Trump.
Creed and Nickelback will co-headline a tour this summer. It's all part of Trump's plan that have other countries pay us not to send them there. Meanwhile, Amazon now in charge of the James Bond franchise. Say goodbye to the villain being a bald industrialist plotting world domination.
Benzo.
A woman divorcing her husband in the news this week for booing Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. I got to take issue with this. Come on, really?
I mean, it sounds like he had a break.
It should also go without saying she's also seeking custody of the cats in the house.
Yeah.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, she may star in a live-action Tangled movie. It'll be her first acting job since she forced a smile while watching the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's a good one. I'm proud of that one. Blue Blood spinoff called Boston Blue headed to CBS. It is going to star Donnie Wahlberg.
I don't like him.
And Tom Selleck's mustache.
I don't like Donnie Wahlberg. He's married to Jenny McCarthy.
He is married to Jenny.
That's mine.
Do you remember back in the day?
Jenny's my idol.
Do you remember Singled Out on MTV?
That's why I fell in love with Jenny McCarthy. My wife even knows I'm in love with Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy was.
To this day, I'm still in love with her. Every time I see her, we're watching like anything comes on the show. I'm like, no, go back. Yeah. That's my celebrity crush.
Rob Lowe from back in the day says a sequel to St. Elmo's Fire is happening. But they're all older now, so it's going to be called St. Elmo's Sciatica.
I think I remember that. I don't.
St. Elmo's Fire? It's a great movie.
I think I've seen it. I've seen all the faces. I just don't remember what it's about.
TLC this week debuted My 600-Pound Life. Where Are They Now? It's a pretty boring show. Most of the episodes take place in a cemetery.
That's harsh.
That is harsh. Justin Bieber unfollowed Diddy on Instagram this week.
Oh, great.
And I'm not trying to insinuate anything, but he also unfollowed Johnson's Baby Oil. Just say it.
Well,
Nike is partnering with Kim Kardashian on a woman's activewear brand. They made that announcement this week. They say the slogan will be, just do everybody.
Okay.
Madonna posted a video where she's in skimpy pink lingerie. I really don't know why. It's way too early for April Fool's Day. It's not time for that. Drew Barrymore says her favorite on-screen kiss, Adam Sandler, the Sandman, Robbie Hart from The Wedding Singer. Yeah. Oddly, her favorite off-screen kiss was E.T.
Jesus. That was her?
Yeah. That's Drew Barrymore.
Wow. No kidding. I know that.
You know how cutting edge that movie was when you saw it as a kid?
Yeah.
Look at that thing now. We're like, all right, it's a puppet, obviously.
I thought it was real.
When you were a kid, it looked real. Finally, Hilaria Baldwin says Alec wants to have more kids, even though the couple already has 8. And I really can't keep it holstered, Kenny.
He's definitely not shooting blanks. That's a better punchline.
That is a better punchline. That's mansplaining the news this week on the Alpha Men podcast.
Beer's on tap, and sometimes we drink stuff we're not proud of.
All righty, we're gonna start season 4 where we left off season 3.
I'm not.
Okay, well I am, because what I didn't tell you in the show open was I don't know, the emergency room up the hill here from the house. If they offer like frequent flyer miles, I'm golden.
You have a punch
I'm
card.
golden because I just got back from the emergency room with my wife, who was having some nerve pain or some. I don't really know what's going on. She's already in bed, and I spent all day today at the emergency room with her. So I walked in, and they were like, "Hey, weren't you just here a couple weeks?"
You spent all day with her, and you don't know what's going on.
I do know what's going on.
Wow.
I don't know that she's comfortable with me talking.
I know.
About
I'm just busting your balls.
She did not have a good day today.
No.
Was in lots of pain, and we got to the emergency room at like 1:30, and we just got home like 45 minutes ago. So I did not have time to get a beer for Beers on Tap, and so we ended season 3 with me having a PBR, and we're going to start season 4 with PBR. All right,
that's what we're doing. It's not the same 12-pack.
It is the same 12-pack.
Jeez. No, 30-pack. This
30-pack came from Pack the Pantry in November.
Yeah. So PBR doesn't go bad. So if Pete got me from Clad's Gaming Corner, he got me some Austin's Hard Cider, Pineapple Hard Cider. That's too many hard ciders. Oh, Austin's East Ciders, Pineapple Hard Cider. Gluten-free. Tangy and tropical, 5% alcohol by volume. It's from Armada, Michigan.
I was doing cider this weekend. I did a beer gig with the beer distributor in town here, and did a frozen T-shirt contest at the Matterhorn Restaurant and Nightclub in Stowe, Vermont. For see my hat? Mm-hmm. For Woodchuck Hard Cider. Yeah. So very, very cool.
This ain't bad.
What is it? Pineapple?
Yeah, but it doesn't have. It's not really.
See, I'm not big on pineapple.
But this doesn't have really a really pineapple-y taste. It's almost apple.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny, pine and apple.
By the way, Peaks World says Mexico is America anyway, North America. So
true.
It's actually more reflective.
What's wrong with this one, Peak? I'm gonna save the other one, the one that's gonna make me gag, for St. Patty's Day.
So you picked the fruity one because he's a fruity one?
Yeah, this is damn pretty good. I like ciders, though.
I like cider. I don't know that I would do pineapple, though.
It doesn't have a lot of pineapple.
It seems taste. A little too exotic for me.
It's more apple. It's more of an apple. It's just like apple juice.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. I would tell you about PBR, but if you don't know what PBR tastes like,
can you
send us a message in the chat with your address, and I'll come over and hit you in the head with a tack hammer. Okay?
You dumbass.
PBR, 5 out of 5. Always perfect.
I'm going to give this, for me, personally, I'd give this a 5, but some people have a palate for this stuff. I'll give it a solid 4.
The goal of this segment is to try a new beer every week, and, well, I let you down today because I was at the emergency room with my wife.
We've done a lot of beers the same.
Anyway, that is Beers on Tap tonight. Did you give your score?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Solid 4.5.
All right.
Yeah.
What percent alcohol is it?
It's 5%. It's very light. It's very, very light. It's like I'm drinking apple juice with a little carbonation.
Yeah.
Oh, it ain't bad.
Still don't like the pineapple thing. Just saying. Yeah. That's Beers on Tap tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast. All ready? Darwin moments.
On the last
what do we got?
So, you're good as guess as good as mine. I put this together as we're on the air. So first one is
Champagne Podcast on a light beer budget.
Yeah, on a pineapple budget, pineapple cider budget. This one is definitely a Darwin moment. Woman crushed a black widow spider, mixed it with water, injected it into her veins. Surprisingly, she ended up in the hospital.
No way.
Why?
Probably with sepsis and cellulitis.
Well, you know a Black Widow is freaking deadly.
People are stupid.
This is a perfect Darwin example.
You know, it's probably like some goth chick who's like, oh, yeah, like I'm total goth. Watch this.
And she fades away.
Hold my beer.
Oh. I'll do some dumb shit, but I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
And then the next one, I saw this a while back, but this is definitely a Darwin moment. Some things, if they're bigger than you, stronger than you, they got more teeth than you, don't mess with it.
It's always good rule of thumb. No crap. Oh, no way.
Man dies after saving a shark as he returns the animal to the water. It attacks him.
Oh, crap.
It attacks him.
Oh, my God. What an idiot.
Yeah. That is Darwin moments. 2.
Why don't you just play with a king cobra while you're at it?
Yeah, I'll find one next week. I'll keep an animal theme going.
I'm sure something. Well, I get those guys with like the horns and stuff. That anyway, whatever.
The next week's titles will be "Man puts cobra up his butt."
I'm sure it's been done.
Oh,
I'm sure it's been done.
Nope.
That is your Darwin moments this week on the Alpha Men podcast. Man Cave Comedy Clips. 3 great comics tonight. We've got Jim Gaffigan, Nick Swardson, and Tony Hinchcliffe. And we start with Jim Gaffigan on TV having too many choices.
There are so many television shows and episodes of television shows we could and should be watching. It's amazing any of us are here right now. It's kind of overwhelming. DVR, on demand. Sometimes I open my Netflix, I'm like, I don't think I can do it. I'm not even going to make a dent here. And I know there's pressure. We all feel it because we've developed excuses for our friends, like we're dealing with debt collectors. You watch Game of Thrones? I'm a little behind. Give me a week. My wife had a dumb baby. And it's never ending. You finish that show, now you have to watch this show, and then now I need to learn how to read again. I need to sound out some words and see if I can read.
Next up is Nick Swardson on pets.
I want to get a pet for my apartment. Like I got a pet, but I want to get an exotic one. Like, I always think it's cool when celebrities get, like, a really crazy animal. Like, they're like, yeah, so-and-so has 27 giraffes. You're like, what? Really? I think that's cool. Like, Michael Jackson had, like, a whole zoo. Like, I want to have zoo animals, but, like, still have, like, a 1-bedroom apartment. Just to be weird, you know what I mean? Just have, like, a cheetah. Just walking around my apartment, you know what I mean? Why not? And just have, like, get-togethers, but don't tell anybody that I bought a cheetah. So people walk in like, what's up, dude? Oh, my God! Is that a cheetah? And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Just don't touch him. He's like running around my apartment. He's just running around at like 80 miles an hour. Just mauling people. Ow! I'm like, cheetah, sit. Cheetah. Ah! Cheetah, sit. He doesn't listen. Bad cheetah. Yeah, you're a bad cheetah.
Finally, Tony Hinchcliffe on weird LA stuff.
They just built a place right around the corner from where I live. This is some weird LA stuff for you. They just built a place called Just Food for Dogs. Yeah, it's real. This is a place where you take your dog so that it can get a restaurant-style meal while you sit there and watch. Yeah, no food for you. It's just food for dogs. Which means there's a kitchen at that place. Which means there's a chef at that place. Which means there's a chef right around the corner from where I live that is so terrible at what he does for a job. This is a guy so terrible at being a chef that he once cooked for one of his buddies, and his pal tried his food and he's like, dude, I wouldn't feed this to my dog. And the other guy's like, I'll show you.
Tony Hinchcliffe. Man Cave Comedy Clips tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Alpha Men Podcast is proudly sponsored by Ohana Sports Cards, where you will find awesome card breaks from baseball, football, racing, basketball, and much more. They will treat you like family at Ohana Sports Cards. You can find them on Facebook for all your sports card breaks, card consignments, and even grading sports card service. Check them out on Facebook at Ohana Sports Cards. Alpha Men Podcast is proudly sponsored.
We present the case. You deliver the verdict. This is Man Court. All rise. The sometimes Honorable T.J. Michaels presiding.
My gavel's missing. We haven't done this in forever.
Does that thing got a ponytail?
It does, yeah. Yeah.
Who is Becky Frey?
Went to high school with her.
Well, thank you for all the stars, Becky. They keep coming up. I see them.
Yeah. Thanks, Becky. Thanks for watching tonight. Man Court back in session. Normally I have a gavel, but I don't know what the hell happened to it. So I am the sometimes Honorable T.J. Michaels. Beside me, our vigilant bailiff, Baby Huey. John is here to keep order. You got a problem that needs solving? You just want to watch the shenanigans unfold? You can visit any of our social media pages and drop your Man Court dilemma in a DM. And you can also join the freak jury by commenting wherever you may be watching tonight. All right. Give the plaintiff your advice. Just hit the comment tab. So let's dive into tonight's case. Docket number 250225. Our plaintiff tonight is Greg from Concord, New Hampshire. It is the case of the alibi that makes him sigh. Okay. That was good. This podcast is just getting better and better. Live sound effects. Incredible. Costume changes. I mean, wow. Greg writes, TJ and John, my name is Greg, and I'm writing to Man Court because I need some help stat. I found out the other day my good friend from work is cheating on his wife. Yeah, with a woman that used to work in our office. And the affair has been going on for months. I found out because he came to me in a panic and told me his wife is suspicious and he's been telling her he's with me working late when he's really been with the mistress. Oh, boy. This is not a good situation. This was a lot for me to absorb. I was at their wedding. Thought everything was going great in their marriage. He said he chose me as an alibi because I'm single and there's no wife or girlfriend for his wife to call and find out if he's lying. He's afraid she's going to call me and ask if we've been working late nights. And I don't know if I can lie. I don't want to get involved, but he's begging me to cover for him. I told him to leave his wife, and he said he will eventually. So what do I do? Should I cover for him? Greg in Concord, New Hampshire.
Yes.
He should cover for him.
Yes. If it's not affecting you and it could affect your friendship, you just stay out of it. Cover it. A simple lie won't hurt nothing.
Freak Jury, what do you think? You can comment wherever you may be watching tonight. And give your advice to Greg. I don't know if I agree with you there.
How close are they? How close are they?
I don't think it matters how close they are. I don't think that's first of all, if they're really, really close, no good buddy of yours should be putting you in that position. Right?
Kind of.
Greg, I think, Greg, you've stepped into some murky waters here. First off, you're to be commended for at least having the good sense to hesitate before, kind of diving into your buddy's pile of marital manure head first. And it does show you still have a functioning moral compass, maybe. which is more than I can say as a 23-year married man. You're a dirtbag of a coworker.
Oh,
That's honestly how I feel about it. I mean,
I miss that part, the coworker part.
Yeah.
And yeah, not your problem. Fucking tell her.
I mean, you can be the best of friends. So let's put this on. Let's try this on for size. And before your wife Emily, who I think the world of, goes crazy, this is a hypothetical. Okay. You're cheating on Emily with somebody else, and you call me and you go, "Hey, we were together working last night." Tell her that, and I love you, man. We do a podcast together. We're best of friends. I'm just not.
See,
I just because you're being a terrible human being, right?
what? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're different on this because I would.
Every time that I lie for you, I would see the faces of your children.
Why have to bring kids to this?
Because you have them.
I know.
All right.
I get your argument. It's just for me, it's always been the bro code.
See, I don't know, but see, I know the bro code is different. The bro code gets you out of work. The bro code gets you out of this, that, the other thing. Before you're married, the bro code works in that situation.
That's fair.
Once you get married, the bro code no longer works in that situation. Okay. I mean, I don't think covering for him here is an option. No real man lets another man drag him into his mess like this.
Yeah.
Especially a mess that involves lying to a woman that he made vows to.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Greg, your buddy didn't put you in an awkward spot. He threw you into the middle of a ticking time bomb and handed you the detonator and said, "Here, hold this while I go more bad decisions." Right?
I look at it that way, Michelle. I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. We can talk about man law if you want. Real men make their own mistakes. If he's unhappy with his marriage, be a man. Face it like an adult. Don't sneak around like a raccoon in a garbage can. Right?
That's a good analogy.
Real men don't ask their friends to lie for them. It's cowardly. And last I checked, you weren't issued a referee whistle to call plays in a cheating game.
What if his wife was a hoe?
And finally, real men respect marriage, even if it's not theirs. Greg, you were at his wedding. That means you had a front row seat to the promises he made. Why should you be the one compromising your integrity for a guy who has none? So Michelle writing, a marriage cancels the bro code. Bros before hoes, his wife is not a hoe. He's the hoe.
But what if she is a hoe?
Very good point. Well, she's the one trying to figure out what's going on, not the one out cheating.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's the hoe.
I know.
So what does Greg do? I think you tell your buddy that flat out, I'm not going to be your alibi. And if his wife calls, you're not going to lie. And in the same token, I don't think you need to be a snitch either.
That's what I was trying to get at. Yeah.
All right. So you tell the truth and let him know he's on his own. And if he gets mad, well, just the sound of a guilty man realizing he can't manipulate his way out of this should give you some comfort. So, Greg, I would say, if I had a gavel around here, what the hell happened to it? You are absolved of any duty to cover for this fool. Case dismissed. And you can tell your buddy that he ever grows a spine and decides to be a decent human being and a man, maybe, just maybe, he can come back on man court and appeal his sentence. All right? Until then, he can lie in the bed that he made for himself.
Or trash can.
Or trash can.
The raccoons. I like that.
That's Man Court tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
He's pressing him for the top spot.
He is out in the outside groove.
Some debris on the back straightaway. His teammates trying to get by him now as they go to turn one.
I feel like I'm Mac McIntyre with all these costume changes.
Bowman Gray.
So
it was fun.
NASCAR Rewind. You've been to Bowman Gray, Speed Weeks,
yep.
Daytona 500. Past Sunday, you were at Atlanta. We are already a solid month into hearing you whine about how many hours you work every day.
I worked 167 hours in Daytona.
You know what this is?
You know how many hours are in a week?
Hold on, you know what this is?
It's World's Smallest Violin.
Yeah.
Do you know how many hours are in 1 week?
I remember my first part-time job.
168. I worked 167 in 12 days. I was freaking tired.
If you are new to the Alpha Men podcast, John works for NASCAR, and he works in the tower sometimes. Most of the time now, right? Most of the time you're in the tower?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of touring this year, but yeah, starting April. But yeah, mainly I'm in the tower. I'll be on the ground this week.
John doesn't make the call when they throw the caution, but John pushes the button that throws the caution.
No, Todd does. I'm the backup.
You're the backup.
Yep.
What is it, like in case Todd gets like George Jetson finger or something?
No, if something's going on, if something goes on the computer, or if I'm told to, or
so
I handle the checker flag. How's that?
Okay.
That's my most important part at the end of the day.
All right. So what do you do during the race? When you just kind of sit there?
During the race, I monitor all the cars going on the track. We have different loops, and they hit on the track, and I make sure they're all hitting. If there's an accident, I'm looking for somebody missing a transponder. I have 5 screens in front of me all the time, and I'm watching 5 different scenarios, 5 different, different data. I'll put a picture up of it next week of what my background looks like, and it's a lot going on, and it was very intimidating when I first started, but now it's
all right. So the clash happened at Bowman Gray Stadium, what they call the Madhouse.
It was cold as hell and awesome.
Was it all cracked up? Was it cracked up to what the hype and everything?
It felt like I was at a local track. I felt like I was at Thunder Road with a Southern twist.
Okay.
The reason I say Thunder Road is because it was cold as hell. But no, it was awesome. The whole show just felt like the pre-show, everything they did. It felt like you're just going to Thunder Road or White Mountain or something just to watch.
So you liked it better than the Coliseum?
Oh God, yeah. And I worked the Coliseum. I was there for the first one, and this
out
one
in LA.
This is way better. Much
but
better.
Still not as good as Daytona for the Clash.
No, I take this over Daytona.
Really?
Yes. Daytona, you go to Daytona, you know what you're getting. You're going to Daytona, you're going to get a big wreck fest and high speeds. Here, yeah, it's smaller, but it makes you feel like your hometown roots. And NASCAR did not pay me to say that.
All right. Any surprises in Daytona during the 500 or Speed Weeks?
We had, let's go back to the winner of we had Chase win.
Yep.
Bowman.
Chase Elliott.
Yeah. Then went to Daytona. Daytona, the coolest thing for me at Daytona was seeing Junior getting his first Cup car out there.
Yeah, no, that was
as an owner. And he was definitely excited for the whole process.
I don't think a lot of people understand if you're not Richard Childress Racing or you're not RFK Racing or, if you're not Hendrick Motorsports, and even though your name is Dale Earnhardt Jr. and you've got a one-off team, how hard that is to get one car, singular team into the Great American Race. It doesn't happen most of the time.
No, Justin Allgaier, he wheeled that car really well for Dale. So, but Daytona overall, I mean, Ryan Preece was another bad accident again. So, he took a wild ride. Other night, Daytona.
Be checking that boy for concussions.
Oh man, I mean, when stuff like that happens, the only thing you hear is put it out, and then you hear get to him now. Is he okay? Get to him, and that's all they're focused on. So, you kind of gave me a rundown of your rant that's going to be coming shortly.
Yeah.
And I when an accident happens, and I'm going to say this there's so much going on. The focus is no longer the race; it is focus of the driver's safety and where everybody else is coming through the field.
And that changed when we lost Dale Earnhardt.
But I mean, just in general, I mean, you have to think about when these guys are moving at 200 miles an hour at Daytona.
Right.
Even Atlanta is a fast track. Everybody's
okay. We'll get there.
On that field.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Remember that when you get on your rant.
All right. How was Atlanta?
Well, Byron took second, took it back to back 500 wins, and then Atlanta. I thought it was damn good racing. I mean, it wasn't jaw-dropping racing for me, but I was actually intrigued in watching it because I wanted to see how.
I thought the racing in Atlanta's. I thought the racing in Atlanta was great. I really did.
I want to see how the payment was going to act to it because it's definitely getting weathered.
I think Atlanta is everything that Daytona wants to be.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
I really do. But all right, so we're 3-4 weeks into a brand new season here. Couple of new things. Are they doing the fastest lap point and points for the fastest lap?
Yep. I don't know much about it besides what I saw in the news. I mean, even though I'm a time and scoring, that's more of the scoring guy thing. So I don't really know how that all works.
They used to do all kinds of things like that back in the 90s. You know, I mean, there used to be a thing where, I think it was MCI. It was a phone company. They had the fastest lap award, but you had to be in the lead to get it, and it was a check every week for $10,000. And there were all kinds of things like that. And so when they would do driver introductions the following week, you know, they would come out and they go, "Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr., last week's winner of the MCI Fastest Lap Award," and they'd hand him a giant cardboard check and, you know, the whole 9 yards. And so there were all kinds of little things that added to the story, and NASCAR kind of got away from that over the years. And while it's not money, it's points. And good Lord, if I got to hear the commentators on TV say every point matters one more time, I'm going to lose it. But every point does matter. You know, you get down to the end of the season and you're on the bubble and you need 1 point to get in the race, and you had the fastest lap, you're no longer in the bubble. You know, and that has happened before. So I think it's a good thing.
There was some fast cars. There was cars, even in Daytona, there was cars that you don't see in the front that were staying consistent, not because of the draft, but even Atlanta, they were staying in the front. I mean, like Ty Dillon, the 10 car, he was zipping right through the field. Carson Hoofcar last week in Daytona or Atlanta. I mean, these guys were staying damn steady.
We got I think Carson coming up
this season. They we might have some. If they could do good in the 1.5 mile tracks,
yep,
we may have a fun season. We may not see a regular winner.
I think we've figured this generation of car out. This is the first season where it's solidly underneath everybody.
Yeah. And, so we may not see a Gibbs or a Hendricks. We might see a Spire or in the championship.
Yeah, you never know. Listen, I love to hear what happens behind the scenes at the track. I know because you're an employee of NASCAR and because at some points you're an official, you really can't comment on anything that happens on the track other than informational type stuff. And I don't
most of the time I know when I know something, you know something before I do.
Right.
It's on the news.
And I don't want them doging you. So, but I got strong opinions about Sunday. All right.
You say doging me?
Yeah. I don't want them doging you out. You know.
Say yeah. So whatever you say, I haven't heard this whole thing. So whatever you say, that's your opinion,
you can't mine. Comment, so I'm going to.
That's all right? You.
The opinions you're about to hear are mine and mine alone. Okay? We will just save that to protect John's job.
Hopefully.
Atlanta. Coming down to the checkers, 3 wide. A finish that will be talked about for the better part of the season. Kind of the same last week at Daytona. Who's it going to be? Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Carson Hocevar. They're neck and neck. Last lap. And NASCAR throws the caution for a couple of cars on the damn backstretch wrecking. Okay? As our former president would say, come on, man. All right? Why are you throwing a caution flag on the last lap that doesn't in any way affect the leaders? For the love of Pete, just let them race back the line like they used to. And you just said it. Safety reasons. Bullcrap.
If somebody freaking dies,
bullcrap. Okay,
it could be 5 wide, and somebody's gonna be like,
"Here's the deal: the race is over, dude." Okay,
they're not lifting until the flag comes out.
The race is over. The field, no matter what's going on, is not going to the backstretch. They're not returning to that part of the race under race conditions. They're not returning to that to that part of the track under race speed.
It's not the leaders.
The race is over.
It's not the leaders going the backstretch. It's the other cars behind the wreck.
There's two reasons why they throw this flag.
I know why.
Safety first, which is BS. Okay, your safety crew has to wait, what, another 10 minutes? Right? Okay? Or they're just making it up as they're going along. Because there was no caution at Daytona in a very similar situation last week, 2 weeks ago. Very similar. 3 wide, racing for the lead, coming out of turn 3. You throw the yellow over something that has zero impact on the finish up front. And my God, if you say debris, I'm going to kick you right in the rear end. Not you, but NASCAR. All right? Well, someone could be hurt and they need to check on them. Well, guess what? It's the last lap. Your safety crew is going to get there just as fast. Wait the 5.6 seconds it took to get to the finish line. I'm wondering if the NFL refs are working for NASCAR because we raced to the finish line in the Daytona 500 with the same thing going on. I really think the NASCAR's got to grow a pair, man. Let them race back to the flag on the last lap if the incident is behind the leaders.
It's not going to happen.
And listen, I'm not all doom and gloom here, okay? The racing at Atlanta has gotten better and better. Might be top 3 on the entire schedule. The cars can change lanes. They can move around. They still got a lot of handling that needs to be worked out. It needs more driver input, which we all like. It's not just about the car. So I'm not all negative Nancy. But, man, we got to race back to the line. Races can't end like that every single week. It just can't.
If the last 5 cars crash, we're going to the line. If the 5 cars in front of those 5 cars crash and they're all in the field sideways, they're throwing the flag. I guarantee you. And that's just my thought. Because you can't have someone who's doing 180 miles an hour in last place plowing through cars who are sideways.
They used to. I know.
No, they didn't. They never have.
No.
It's just there's more TV. There's more social media. They've been throwing flags the same way since day one. And Pete just made a good comment right there.
So you're saying that the safety of a driver outside the top 5 doesn't matter? No, I'm saying the cars have crashed and spun to the interior of the track.
Then we keep going. But if they go sideways and they're going to flip or they're going to be in harm's way, they are going to throw the flag.
I'm going to have to go back and watch the replay at Atlanta because I don't think anybody was in danger of flipping, and I don't think anybody.
And the only other in a debris field. When I say by debris field, means parts coming off the car will go through those Lexan windshields, and that has happened recently.
All right. I wanted to feel better. Now you're not making me feel better.
I'm just saying they don't talk about this upstairs, but I could just tell, I could feel it, and I see why they do it. Because I was totally glued to that 3-wide finish. I'm like, I'm a turn 3 watching them. Turn 4, I hear put it out. And I look over and I see the accident, and I went right back to the thing, and I realized it's coming out and they're slowing down. But I was totally glued on 3 wide.
The last lap of the Atlanta race, the commentators were talking, and all I could hear was Dave Moody in my head.
Yeah.
Like I could hear Dave Moody making the call. I wasn't listening to Dave Moody. He didn't have the radio on or anything like that, but it was that exciting.
Yeah, I was right into it. I was enjoying it. It was just,
all right.
I'll have to go back and look and see if they were 3 wide or if it was a big debris field. If there was a tire, if there was anything that's going to cause something to go through that windshield or side window, it's over. You got to stop it. And you have a millisecond to make that decision.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd hate to be a race checker because they're sitting there with that thing ready to go, and they're just waiting. I mean,
Sunday they should have let him race back to the line. We'll agree to disagree. All there is to it. One thing that everybody in the garage area, everybody watching at home, the drivers, the spotters, the crew members, and the crew chiefs all agree on. Everybody agrees on. They want to murder newcomer Carson Hocevar because Sunday Carson managed to put himself 3 wide for that lead on the final lap, not before wrecking like 14 other cars during the race.
Yeah.
One of them was the not very happy Kyle Busch, who following the race said this, and I quote, "I don't care if I wreck the whole effing field. I'm over him. He's a douchebag, and I'm going to wreck his ass." Which, if you watched NASCAR last season, Rowdy wasn't Rowdy. I don't know. He was depressed. He was like, it wasn't the same Kyle Busch. So to have the old Rowdy back, big change from last season. And Kyle Busch kind of indicating that this wasn't the first time Crash and Carson had run into him. And most of the field seems to have had the same experience. But I do have a slightly different take on this whole mess. Okay? Young team, underfunded team, young kid, never won in Cup before, might be the only chance he ever gets, and that Cup win comes with a contract. So he got after it on Sunday and almost won the damn thing while pissing off the entire field. So, Carson, as we head for Circuit of the Americas, head on a swivel, my friend, because everybody's going to be after you.
It kind of reminds me of Ross, the whole Ross chassis and things.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You know, Ross, very, very aggressive driver. Everybody hated him last year, a couple of years ago, and he was dangerous. He was this, he was that. You know, Carson wants to do this for a living, and he knows he's got to win. So,
yeah.
And people probably made the same argument about Joey Logano when he was brand new.
True, that's very true.
You know?
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Give me a second. Uploading.
You playing the last lap?
Yep. Nope. I'm playing the actual still shot of it.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't find the whole video. That's not the picture.
It did change to something else, and then it flipped back.
Yeah, that was Daytona.
Oh, all right.
Oh no, that is Daytona. Never mind.
Okay.
I was like, that doesn't seem right.
That's your NASCAR Rewind this week on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Who needs a foot in the ass? The Alpha Men Podcast presents
my foot into this thing called your ass.
The Red Foreman Awards.
You dumbass.
All righty, buckle up, fellas. Welcome to the Red Foreman Awards, the only damn award show where screwing your life up gets you a trophy sweeter than a swift boot to the ass. Tonight, we're slinging out the Golden Foremans to the kings of knucklehead greatness, all in honor of the one and only fearsome father, Red Foreman from that 70s show. So crack a cold one, puff out the chest hair, and let's salute the kind of dumbass moves that make your dad grunt in approval. All right? Stupidity's strutting its stuff tonight. Let's roll. And the envelope, please. Our first award of the night. The That Escalated Quickly Award goes to Michael J. Christensen of Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, you don't mess with Superman's cape, right?
Sure.
But apparently Captain America's shield fair game for a pepper spray showdown. And that's what happened when Michael J., a guy from Salt Lake City, got hauled off for allegedly hosing down 4 Trump-hating protesters with the spicy stuff. Witnesses say the genius picked a fight with a dude dressed as Captain America, chucked a beer can like it was a grenade, threw a haymaker, and then let the pepper spray fly. Cops nabbed him with drug gear and an open brew in tow. I guess he figured out he's seasoned the charges like a rack of ribs or something. I don't know, but yeah, not a good day for him. Next up, the group award for incredible dumbassery.
There you go.
And that goes.
That took forever.
I
pushed the button. I was like just sitting there like spinning.
Yeah. The Golden Foreman goes to 18-year-old Jose Francisco Herrera Munoz. Never trust a guy with 4 names. And 19-year-old Angel Gonzalez Gutierrez. These Colorado clowns thought they'd play Pablo Escobar with a twist of Wile E. Coyote. The Wonder Twins got busted trying to airmail meth and smokes into a federal prison. Yes, a prison with a freaking air cannon. Yeah. 350 feet of felony firepower.
I mean, that works.
And we're talking $112,000 worth of tobacco and almost $90,000 worth of meth. Launched like it's the 4th of July. They're facing contraband and drug distribution raps. And Munoz, our friend Tom Holman from ICE would like to have a word with him since he's crashing the U.S. party uninvited. Should have stuck to shooting off bottle rockets, boys. Just saying.
I mean, it happens more than you think, that whole cannon thing. A lot.
I'm going to get this guy's name really, really wrong. Our Golden Foreman for fraud tonight goes to Oba Joseph Oloid. Oloid. There we go. He is the Apatu of Impeditum Modu. Yes, that Nigerian prince that you always hear about has traded his email gig for a crown and a cell. Oba got snatched by the FBI for allegedly ripping off Uncle Sam to the tune of $4.2 million in COVID relief cash. Yes. Overseas. Yes. He vanished in March of 2024. He popped up in cuffs, staring down a 13-count indictment in Ohio for conspiracy, wire fraud, and money laundering. Him and his buddies scammed the SBA blind, stuffing $1.7 million in his royal pockets and another $1.3 million through fake apps for his crew. And Your Highness, now the only throne you're sitting on is porcelain.
It's steel. Steel.
Right. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for, the dumbass of the week, is an unidentified man from Memphis, Tennessee. Now, tonight we told you that Memphis, Tennessee was just declared the most dangerous city in America.
Yep.
Taco Tuesday's got nothing on Memphis Madness. Some poor slap got plugged at a taco truck last week. And one hungry hombre didn't even flinch. There's video of him stepping over the stiff like it was a puddle to grab his taco. We have lost. We really have. Surveillance caught this badass in action, cool as a cucumber, while the body cooled on the pavement. Cops are digging into the shooting, but the guy, he's too busy digging into his carne asada. No priorities at all. Tacos wait for no corpse, according to that's kind of how it works. But that's a wrap for this week's Red Foreman.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Because you had me thinking about this whole damn caution the whole time.
Yeah.
I got it. I see why they called it exactly now. I see it from hindsight. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Atlanta, final lap. Go.
They're all banging. Banging.
They're gonna bang on the last lap.
Yep. No, that's normal.
There's Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson.
Yeah, hoof car comes right up.
Here comes Carson Huzzard. He splits the middle. Boom, makes a hole for himself. 3 wide. Off turn number 4. Coming to the line.
That's 3. Coming into 4 right there.
Yeah.
Flags up. And watch this right here, and I see why they're going to call it. This is the backstretch. His car's sideways. He's out of area. That's where the flag gets called, right there.
I can back up across the track. All right, you're right.
That's why they called it. Because I remember it was a few seconds from after the accident.
Still sucks.
And the reason I know the light came on is you see the strobe start flickering on the wall. And
still sucks.
Right there, see the yellow flag right there on the right hand side, just above the 21.
No, it's him.
He is completely sideways.
I don't care what you say. If Senior was alive, he'd all be calling you pansies right now. That's all there is to it.
So that's
that is the Red Foreman Awards tonight on the Alpha Men podcast. Here we go. I had something else planned for tonight, but I forgot to send you the folder, and so you did something else on your own. So I have no idea what's happening here. Go ahead. We're going to do some trivia, I suppose?
Yeah. No pictures because I didn't have time.
Yep.
So it's some stuff down your alley.
Okay.
You should know. It's all old stuff.
Well, thanks for that.
All right. So the first question, I should have put pictures of this. It's been much better. What was the first video played on MTV on August 1st, 1981?
Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles.
That is correct.
But actually, MTV ran closed circuit in New York City alone before it went national. And the actual very first video that was aired, closed circuit, before it became a network, was Kiss, I Love It Loud.
Like you know anything about music history.
I have a few things.
What 80s superstar portrayed Dr. Noah Drake on General Hospital?
Rick Springfield.
Damn.
Don't talk to strangers.
What rock guitarist played on the Michael Jackson song Beat It?
Eddie Van Halen.
Damn.
35 years in the radio business, my friend.
I know. In what 80s movie did Madonna portray a nightclub singer?
Dick Tracy. Wait a minute.
What 80s movie did Madonna portray?
Desperately Seeking Susan.
Vision Quest.
Really?
That's what it says. I didn't verify these. I just copied and paste.
I don't remember Madonna being in Vision Quest. Wasn't Vision Quest like a gymnastics movie?
I don't know. I
Or
never
a
seen
wrestling movie. I know I saw Vision Quest because there's a song in the Vision Quest motion picture soundtrack that was done by Survivor, who did Eye of the Tiger, obviously, for Rocky.
Yeah.
But I don't remember Madonna being in them. Okay. Maybe.
In 1987, what George Michael song was banned by the BBC? For
I
being
Want Your
too
Sex.
racy? Jesus, we're on podcast. Calm down. I put that one there just for that line.
I didn't even know we were going to do this. So
You're doing damn good so far. -1.
Mm-hmm.
What was Paula Abdul's first top 40 hit? You were a top 40 guy.
And I had a crush on Paula Abdul when I was in high school.
I think we all did.
Let's see, here's Forever Your Girl.
Her first top 40. So think back when you were in high school.
I am. Forever Your Girl was the album. Man, if I could look at a track listing, I'd be able to pick it.
You can ask the audience. Let's see what they say. Michelle says
Straight up. Straight up. Don't tell me. I'll go with straight up.
That is correct. Both of you are right.
Yeah. I'll go with straight up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What song by Tommy James and the
Shondells?
Thank you, Shondells. Did teen pop star Tiffany cover in 1987? I know who the hell that is.
Well, I saw him standing there was a Beatles cover. And I actually took a girl to see Tiffany live in concert when I was in high school because she wanted to go see him. I could have cared less. I was a rocker. I was into like Van Halen and Kiss and Quiet Riot. And the band that opened for Tiffany was a new band that nobody had heard of. They had one hit on the radio called "Please Don't Go Girl," and it was this band out of Boston called the New Kids on the Block. They opened for Tiffany. Let's see here. I think we're alone now. I think we're alone now.
That's right. And
Yep.
And Michelle had it as well. All right. What band was known as the Fab Five in the 80s? I knew this one.
The Fab Five.
My mom liked this one.
Well, the Beatles were the Fab Four. The Jackson Five? I don't know. I've never heard Fab Five.
Duran.
I knew it had to be some
British. Michelle's on fire over here. She's getting those. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that makes me mad that I didn't get that.
In 1989, Cher video was banned from MTV because of her revealing outfit.
If I could turn back time.
That is correct. And the final one. What actor and comedian appeared in a video for Paul Simon's song, You Can Call Me Al?
Chevy Chase.
That is correct. You got 2 wrong. Not bad.
Solid B.
Yeah, solid B.
80%.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I should have got the Duran one, though.
My mom loved Duran, so I knew that when I saw that. I was like, they're the Fab Five. I always say that.
Yeah. Wild Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Duran had some cool stuff.
Yep.
You know, Hungry Like the Wolf. Great tune.
Yeah. Not bad for some quick questions. Next time I do, I'll put some pictures and I might put some video clips or something. I don't know. I'll find something.
There we go. Trivia tonight, music trivia on the Alpha Men podcast.
Alpha Men Podcast is proudly sponsored by Ohana Sports Cards, where you will find awesome card breaks from baseball, football, racing, basketball, and much more. They will treat you like family at Ohana Sports Cards. You can find them on Facebook for all your sports card breaks, card consignments, and even grading sports card service. Check them out on Facebook at Ohana Sports Cards.
The Alpha Men on Sports, a segment we call Your Team Sucks.
I did not see Tiffany at the mall, Michelle. I saw Tiffany at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
She saw them in I'm Big Tour.
Yeah, things I did for dates with women. I took a girl to see Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer once. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but back then, those were the hits back then.
Not if you were listening to Quiet Riot and Van Halen. Anyway. Your team sucks. Tonight, runners in a race in Scotland this week went the wrong way after someone changed the signs. So they pointed in the wrong direction after the race started. Sketch artists have come up with a suspect after talking to the runners who were in the field.
Turn left. Was it NASCAR?
David Beckham stripped down to his boxers for a new ad. The soccer star this week featured in a campaign. Oh, come on. Really?
He's an asshole.
All right.
Why does it have to look like that?
Obviously, ladies just want to see you ruining the man curve, all right? I'm just saying. Apparently, the ad's for Olive Garden or something. I don't know. Slam dunk contest this past week, won for the third year in a row by a white guy named Mac McClung, or as he's known in the NBA, a DEI hire.
Oh. It took a minute. Oh, dude. That's skirting.
There are rumors the Jacksonville Jaguars may trade Trevor Lawrence to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And his hair to a surfer from 1973.
Didn't Trevor Lawrence say he is staying with Jaguars forever? He did say that, I believe.
He did say that, yeah. A total of 16 women have now accused Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker of sexual misconduct while giving him a massage. Tucker was immediately sued for copyright infringement by Deshaun Watson.
I was wondering what this picture had to do with
that. Recent study finds professional athletes have high cognitive abilities.
No kidding.
That released this week. Just a counterpoint. This guy.
Leave Gronk alone. Gronk knows what.
San Antonio Spurs this week lost 7'3" Victor Wembanyama.
Really? He's their top player. He's their top player in the NBA, pretty much, or rookie.
Yep, they lost him for the season. They plan to replace him for the rest of the year with Barron Trump.
He's sketchy.
Do you see how tall Barron Trump is?
He has no facial expression.
Dude.
He is monotone. He is analog. He's just, I mean, I understand who his dad is, but be a smile. For Christ's sake, your dad's getting to become the president again.
Yeah, I don't know. NC men's basketball championship odds are out. March Madness on the way. 3 weeks from Selection Sunday. And the betting universe now sees two clear favorites to cut down the net during March Madness. Auburn plus 360. Duke plus 370. The rest of them aren't even close. Houston's at plus 800. And then it's Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, Iowa State, and plus 3,000. A tie between Missouri, Wisconsin, Texas A&M, and St. John's. Selection Sunday, March 16th, 6 o'clock. You'll find that on CBS. Long last, New York Yankees going to allow their players to have facial hair. One of the most antiquated and irrelevant rules on any American sports team finally been amended. Friday, the New York Yankees announced they'd allow well-groomed beards for the players on the team. The no facial hair rule was instituted by George Steinbrenner in 1976. His son Hal says the change came after he realized that the Yankees' policy might be a little bit outdated.
One of the reasons I heard, too, because some players have passed up opportunities to play with them.
Yeah.
Because of that.
And he says the current generation believes their facial hair part of their individuality. Just saying. So we had planned to come back like the Tuesday night before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How'd that Super Bowl work out? So, do you remember who won? He laughed. Pigskin Picks wrap up. Listen, for the AFC Championship game, we did all of this before we went on break. I said it was going to be Kansas City and Buffalo.
Actually, I have the winnings.
I was wrong about Buffalo. NFC Championship game, I said it was going to be Detroit and Philadelphia. I was wrong about Detroit. Super Bowl, I said it was going to be Philadelphia and Buffalo. It was Philadelphia and Kansas City. But I said the winner was going to be Philadelphia, and I said the score was going to be 34-27. And that information was recorded in season 3 on December 15th, 2024.
I'm going to check, make sure you didn't change this. I can check the
I didn't change. I promise you I didn't change it. I have
I'm checking right now. I'm verifying this.
You can change it. Yeah, you can check it, but I have no reason to change it. And so all season long, we've been doing picks.
You're right. Last time I was touched was January 27th.
There you go.
Damn it.
Okay. So all season long, we're doing pigskin picks. And I was told there was going to be some sort of prize at the end of the year, but
there is. It's still coming.
I haven't heard anything.
I'm just glad you guys can actually have, 2 little trophies on the ticker where it shows my Cowboys and then the Giants and the Redskins.
Right. Well, there's actually 4 because the Eagles have won 4 World Championships.
Super Bowl trophies.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So,
because I'd be at 9.
Here are the results. Sellers was on a hot streak for a while, picking games.
He was.
And then at the end of the season, it all fell apart. So Sellers finished with a record of 171 and 111 for the 2024 season. Okay. In 4th was Peak, 177 over 106. So he picked 177 games right, 106 wrong. Number 11, 178 over 105. So, I'm sorry, that was 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. Okay? Sellers in 4th, Peak in 3rd, number 11 in 2nd.
I got 1st. Nice.
Bringing up the rear of the field.
Oh.
This Baby Huey with a record of 133 and 118. Flip a coin.
Yeah.
You got the coin flip pick. And the only person, I feel like Kenny Bernstein here, when he broke the 200-mile-an-hour barrier, which is actually the 300-mile-an-hour barrier, but I'll use 200 to make this work. The only person across the 200 correctly picked games marker. Take it to the bank, TJ. With a record of 200 correctly picked games, 83 incorrectly picked games. And so I win Pigskin Picks. My team, the Philadelphia Eagles, make it to the Super Bowl. 2nd time in 3 years.
And I got a surprise for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not really a surprise, but it's what you told me to play for you. Oh, it's right there, the video.
There it is. Well, wait a minute before you play the video. Okay. I did check. The Philadelphia Eagles fight song is public domain. We will not get a copyright strike. The song was actually written and performed in 1999, but the Philadelphia Eagles, in an effort to build fandom, have made it public domain, so we can play it. And I think because I won Pigskin Picks, Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl. Dominating performance. Okay? I don't care. I don't want to hear anything about Patrick Mahomes. Okay? Because guess what? Patrick Mahomes could be better than Brady. Patrick Mahomes could be the greatest quarterback that ever lived. And if the number 1 defense in the world doesn't give him not even a 10th of a second after hiking the ball to make a decision, he's not going to win. That game was incredible.
Who cares?
Awesome. So, I think I deserve to share with the world the Eagles fight song. Come on, everybody!
On the road to victory. Fight, Eagles fight. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly. On the road to victory.
Man, I feel good now.
She's clearly a lunatic.
Your team sucks. On the podcast.
Ugh. I'm proud for your team to win the Super Bowl. Not because I'm proud the Eagles won. I'm glad they won.
We've added something to the show, have we?
But no, we have not.
Oh, okay.
But fuck, I should have added something to the show. Damn it.
Here we go.
The reason I didn't want the Eagles to win. You.
Yeah, I know. and that's what makes it all the better.
Oh. And I'd listen to talking about your 2 rings. Now when you guys put your rings on QVC to sell them as those replica rings, at least you have 2 instead of one little single one.
Well, we actually have 4, but okay.
Super Bowl rings.
Yeah. The World Championship.
Well, then
my top dog in the NFL.
We got 9 then.
Yeah. Okay. You do not have 9. You do not have 9 because you came into the league.
The Dallas Cowboys, correct, would not have 9.
Now you're gonna make me do the research.
Yeah, you can do some research. It's fine. We're going out to Hidden Heroes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Alpha Men Podcast salutes Hidden Heroes.
Before we get to Hidden Heroes tonight, since the formation in the National Football League, Philadelphia Eagles, established in 1933. All right, they have appeared in 31 playoff games, won 16 division titles. Okay, 4 pre-merger championship games. 1948, 1949, 1960, 2 Super Bowls. So that means we have 5, actually. So, yeah. You can tell me all about the last Super Bowl trophy you won 30 freaking years ago. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Hidden Heroes tonight. These guys are not rock stars. They're not from Hollywood, just regular guys doing the right thing at the right time. Albuquerque, New Mexico is where we take you, where a man is being praised for recently preventing a bank robbery. Last month, Humberto Garcia Rodriguez, kind of sitting in the lobby of a Bank of Montreal in Albuquerque when, the place got heisted. I think we have a video. Go ahead.
Waiting in a bank lobby is normally a pretty boring task, but what would you do if you witnessed a robbery? One Albuquerque man was put in that exact situation recently. He wasn't just going to sit by and let it happen, though. Video shows how he took matters into his own hands.
It was a typical Friday afternoon in mid-January. Humberto Garcia Rodriguez was sitting in the lobby at the Bank of Montreal near Central and Coors. That wasn't until this guy walked in. He pushed a lady out of the way to talk to the teller. According to court documents, this man is John Martin, and he had just robbed this same exact bank a month earlier. Police say he pointed fingers at the teller in a gun-like fashion and demanded cash. Meanwhile, this got the attention of Rodriguez, and he had his own ideas. Video shows him getting behind the suspect and tackling him before he could leave. $2,422 in cash went flying. The struggle continued, but Rodriguez soon had backup, as employees and other bank customers joined in to keep the suspect down. A few minutes later, police walk in and take Martin into custody. Martin is now charged with robbery and added yet another mugshot to a growing gallery of photos related to drug charges, assault, and prostitution charges.
And prostitution, huh? Very
fair.
Yeah. And he looks totally like a stand-up guy, you know. Just saying.
I trust him with my money.
Well, listen, thanks to Rodriguez and the other Good Samaritans who intervened, robbery stopped before anybody was harmed, and Humberto Garcia Rodriguez, our hidden hero this week.
Nice.
On the Alpha Men podcast.
Last call!
Last call. It's closing time.
Everybody has bad mornings, right? Mm-hmm. You ever wake up on the wrong side of the bed and just nothing goes right? And you're like, man, that's it. I'm not even going to work. I'm going back to bed. It's it. It is really difficult, though, to have your worst morning within about 1 minute of waking up. But there's a guy that's going viral this week for how his morning went from bad to horrific in about 60 seconds. And he says he had a late night, needed to get up early. So he was exhausted when his alarm went off at 8 a.m. He fumbled with his phone trying to hit the snooze alarm, only in the process, he hit the power button 5 times, which set off the emergency SOS on his iPhone. Mm-hmm. Sorry, on his Google Pixel phone. All right. Mm-hmm. So his usual alarm turned into a blaring siren. He said, well, then I started seeing notifications for calling 911 and stuff about sending the location and whatever else to my emergency contacts. And I'm thinking, oh my God, emergency services are going to come to the house. My friends are going to get scared. He canceled everything. But then he started getting texts from his friends. They started asking, dude, why are you sending me nude photos?
Oh, no.
He sent them photos and video from his bed. A feature on his phone that sends images when the emergency is triggered turned on. The problem was he was sleeping naked. So 12 emergency contacts were sent images of him nude, including his junk. I think we have a video. Do we have a video?
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, that's rough.
He says he responded with, hope this gave everyone a good laugh. And he's changed the SOS feature settings on his phone. He says nobody was upset or offended. He says, my embarrassment just gave everyone a really good start to their day. Everyone was laughing.
I guess so.
Fun, like late night booty call, depending on their time zone. But yeah. So when you think you're having a bad day, it can go real bad in about 60 seconds, and that's proof of it.
Yeah.
And that is last call tonight on the Alpha Man podcast. It was good to kick the dust off and rust off and get started back into this thing. Season 4 underway, first one in the books, and that's going to do it for tonight.
I'll give it a try again tomorrow, next week.
We will see you next Tuesday night at 8. Checkers or wreckers. Keep your foot in the gas.
And that's a wrap. We hope you've had as much fun as we've had here at the Alpha Men Podcast. Remember, our advice might not solve your problems, but it surely will make them funnier. Before we bid you adieu, a big old thanks to our loyal pack of Alpha viewers. You all are the real MVPs, keeping us company on a roller coaster of a podcast ride. And thanks
Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook
and Garage Door Commander. Join us live Tuesday nights at 8. Visit alphamenpodcast.com and the Alpha Man store. Until next time, keep your feet in the gas. It's a checkers or wreckers world. And that's a wrap. We hope you've had as much fun as we've had here at